Hi guys, Adam Lucy from West 7 Coin and Stamp back again here. What is Warhammer? Warhammer is essentially the world and the universe in 40,000 years, and there's only war, and it's like, you know, different factions fighting other different factions. It's really interesting, but it is a tabletop game originally. These are not for the actual tabletop. These are just for your own personal collection. So if you are a Imperial Guardsman, these are actually from the Darktide game. So like, you know, you will see a lot of these guys. If you are playing the Darktide game, you will see these guys. They're the Imperial Guard, or just the regular old-fashioned Humies. They're not the Death Corps Krieg, unfortunately, but that's just me personally. Then you have, of course, your Sisters of Battle, and they're just essentially like war nuns. This is a veteran. You have your, this is another one that you'll see in Darktide. This is actually a traitor Astartes, or a traitor Adeptus Mechanicus, not Adeptus Mechanicus, geez, what am I talking about? These are the Astra Militarum. So this is the traitors. These are a lot of the guys that you are going to be fighting and bashing in the face with a lot of prejudice, especially if you're the Ogryn and you want to hit somebody with a shovel. It's one of the things that I got to play the game. No worries about that. Then you have your Chaos. Now both these guys are kind of relatable. The Chaos, there's a whole bunch of different individuals. Just think of these as like metalheads that are just like super metal, and they adapt to a dark god. Then you have your Adeptus Astartes, or your Ultramarines. Unfortunately, he hasn't been decided yet. He doesn't know if he's going to be Ultramarines or if he's going to be Dark Angels or the Imperial Fist or anything else like that. Of course, these are just factions that you will eventually learn about if you do get into the Warhammer tabletop game. Then you got your Greenskins. Now, this is what's known as a Big Mech in Mega Armor with a custom Force of Field, and that's just going to help you with your invulnerable save. Of course, that is, again, that's just to the video game, that's just to the tabletop game. You will not see orcs inside of Darktide. And then, of course, you have your Necrons. This is a Necron Flayed one. This is just think of it like an individual who was an actual human that eventually went into being mechanical, and then he wants to go back to being a human, so he starts taking pieces of skin and actually putting it on him, trying to bring himself back to being human, or what was kind of human. But yes, these are all action figures. Full disclosure, this is not a Warhammer, this is not a Games Workshop video at all. This is just us talking about some of the different action figures that we do have here in store at West 7 Coin and Stamp. Honestly, they are pretty fun. Now some of them do come pre-painted. If you wanted to, you could paint them yourself, of course. This guy just wants to be painted as corn. I don't know why. I'm all for Emperor's Children, personally. But yes, they are fully movable action figures. If you are a fan of the Warhammer game and you want to have like your own personal little Adeptus Astartes, or like, you know, Astra Militarum, or just like, you know, Chaos individual or Sisters of Battle or otherwise. Now, these are fully paintable right out of the box, or you can just take the time and just be like, hey, I've got a little Ultramarine for myself, ha ha ha. And yeah, so it is a very fun game. I play it personally, but yeah, like that's just a couple of the action figures that we do have from McFarlane Toys at West 7 Coin and Stamp.